Adam, you came to visit recently. Let's talk about that. Folks, welcome to Baseball Brewhaha. Good to have you here with us. We got a few things on the agenda. We'll see where we go here. But the big news is that Adam visited me in northern Colorado. The Front Range had a good time. Adam, what were your highlights, takeaways, what memories that will stick with you for a lifetime?
My entry to Colorado was driving up
Mhm.
to the celebration and of the yard goats. There they are. Yard goats winning the
Mhm.
league championship
Mhm.
14 to 1. I didn't catch a single play, but what I did catch was you and your assistant coach being doused with the
Mhm.
ice water from the cooler.
Mhm.
Champs.
Yeah. Champs. Yeah, I felt like I had to rep the Yard Goats. We took home the championship, and it was, we were the fifth seed out of six teams in our league in the playoffs. But we swept the playoffs 4 games in a row, played three tight games, um, including 11-10 thriller in the semifinal to get to the final. And then we had some kids that weren't our top pitchers really showed up in a big way, 14 to 1. And it certainly didn't have the drama as the other games, but the kids earned it. They played hard all the way through, and we went through some lulls in the regular season, and we came out strong in the playoffs, and it was incredible. It was incredible. So very fun. Yeah, I was hoping that Adam would get a chance to see my son play and our team play, um, but it didn't happen that way. But then we got to go to the pool and hang out and celebrate. That celebration was cut short,
It was.
um, due to somebody yakking in the pool.
Public service announcement, folks. Wait an hour.
Yeah. Oh man, it was, they happened, and at first there was like, oh, maybe 30 minutes or something, and then it had been like 20 minutes, and they
Yeah.
were like, yep, at least another hour. And you're like, all right, well, it's 95 degrees and I am going home now. So
Yeah, it was tough timing. Heat of the day. 95. The pool was hopping
it was.
and
We
people were pouring in.
Yeah, we did find the shade, so that was fortunate, but man, in Colorado, I mean, the shade helps a lot, but when it's hot, it's hot. It's just, I mean, y'all know if it's 95, no matter if you're sitting under a tree, it's hot.
Yeah.
So, so anyway, we had a great time, um, and we did a little baseball. So we fit a little baseball stuff in there. We drove around, saw a lot of fields, trying to find one to play on, and I was absolutely baffled. Maybe I'm just ignorant, but the softball tournament's happening at 10 a.m. on a Monday.
Yeah.
What is this world coming to?
You can't just show up and play whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, no kidding. So anyway, we found a base. This was on Monday. Drove around, found a field to play on, and then we hit a couple card shops. Adam,
Yep.
what were your takeaways from the card shops?
Card shop number two, shout out to Bill's Collectibles in
Hmm.
South Denver.
Hmm.
Check it out. Get yourself onto Denver and go there. When you pull in, it looks almost like, oh, this is a tiny little shop. But then you quickly realize the
Hmm.
shop takes up like an entire
Like little strip mall thing.
little strip mall. Like you see those strip malls where there's like a teriyaki shop, and then there's a thing, and then there's the craft store, and then there's the bodega. This is all of it. It's just one. Bills,
Mm.
collectibles. You go in the front door, and the world of sporting collectibles is before you.
It is unreal. I mean, the variety and the amount. I mean, you walk in there, you need some time.
Yeah.
It is not a fly through kind of operation. It's, it's organized, but not like pristine organized. So, you gotta take your time. And there's some really interesting stuff in there. So, I walked out with a couple of Mariners starting lineups to add to I didn't bring them with me. Sorry, folks. I'm sorry. But a couple of starting lineups to add to my little collection. You can see them back behind me there. So got a couple more to add. And then of course we had to get some old packs to rip. So
Mm-hmm.
so we did that.
Yeah, I would describe that shop as like a card shop meets an antique store if the antique store only had sports stuff that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Helmets, autographs,
Yeah.
pictures, posters, old programs, news articles, baseball cards, just the gamut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a whole section in the back that like baseball bats and jerseys and all. I mean, you want to talk about all kinds of stuff. It was a fun place to wander around and see what he had.
Yeah, it was a great cap to the evening, and then we, went back up and ripped some packs,
Uh-huh.
played some baseball dice game. You can see that hanging on the wall over your right shoulder there as well.
Yep.
What a
Mm-hmm.
day. What a day.
Yeah. It was fun. And you and I had also you had sent me a Father's Day gift. We opened it here on the show. The game Curveball.
Mm-hmm.
Fun game, but if you're looking for a game that is about baseball, that's not the game. So
No.
it's a fun game. Um, I'm not going to take the time to explain it here, but it is a fun game, but it has nothing to do with baseball at all, other than, there's, you know, pictures of baseball cartoons, characters and stuff. And all the cards are infielders and pitchers and whatever. Anyway, um, fun time, but we'll just throw it out there. If you're looking for a game that is about baseball, that's don't buy Curveball.
Yeah.
It's a fun, fun
Yeah, it's a
party game.
it's a card game.
Yeah.
I would say if you're looking for a baseball card game that is involves some element of baseball,
Mhm.
this one, the cycle, a baseball card game, that's the one you want.
Okay. Nice. Good to know. So now last time we got together, I think it was last time we had Father's Day materials. We had some baseball cards. My In the midst of that, our dad came to visit me and he dropped off a package, a little envelope, and he
Yeah.
said, "You got to open this together."
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember what he told me, but I thought he said something to the effect of, "This will bring you back some memories of some kind." So we opened it, and I'm gonna need some help. We're gonna need some help. So, Dad, we need some help in the comments. Without further ado, let's talk. I brought the items.
Great. Well, this is great because our dad
Mhm.
is with me at my house now.
Okay, all right.
And I asked him about these items.
So I feel like I should show them first,
Yeah.
and then you can give an explanation.
Yeah.
How about I give here's what I want to do because I was
Yeah.
churning in my mind. Here's what I think is why he gave this gift, and I want to see if I'm right or not. So, all right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one, I didn't know how to respond to this, but we were given these cigars, 1882 Sergio Vega Honeyberry. Could have saved on five, but he just got one. Now, from this one, I'm sort of where I went was when we were in college. We would occasionally smoke a type of cigar very similar to this called a backwoods on occasion.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I thought maybe this is a throwback to thinking about college. Now, maybe it has the 1882. I don't know. So, Adam, tell me this story right here.
So this story, this idea originated from our mom,
Okay.
who apparently saw these and said, "Can't you just see them on Aaron's back porch smoking a cigar, talking baseball?"
Mm-hmm.
And then it was sort of connected by my dad about, oh yeah, they used to do this in college and whatever. So you're there, you're partway there, but not all the way there.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, when was the last time you had a cigar, bro?
College.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise. I mean, there have been a few times I've been offered, and I'm just like, "God, it's just the taste in the mouth it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. So, I mean, I'm not saying I'll never do it again, um, but it's certainly not on my radar. So, anyway, well, it's certainly fun sitting on what? Okay, so here's a question. If we were sitting on my porch,
Hmm.
eating, drinking, smoking something,
Yeah.
what in your mind would it be?
Um, probably a relatively cheap beer
Hmm.
and like maybe like some snack food, chips or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got like Coors, maybe.
Hmm.
And what I mean, I'd probably go like salt and pepper chips from Trader Joe's.
Sure, that would work.
Straight up. Okay. All right, let's go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are here long enough, enter below. If you're hanging out talking baseball with somebody, what are you eating, drinking, smoking, whatever, list it. That'll be fun. Hear your answers. All right, now the next thing is we got maybe I could do these together. We got team pack of the New York Mets. Now, am I
2020,
20
2023.
2023?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not a Mets fan.
Uh-huh.
Are you, Adam, a Mets fan?
No.
Okay. The only connection here that we have to the Mets really is we played Little League, our first year of Little League, like kid pitch. We played on the Mets, but not the New York Mets,
Hmm.
the Mets.
Yeah.
Um, is that this connection?
No.
Okay. Right.
The
Do I need the other pack to make the full connection? Because the other
no.
one, I don't. Okay, let's start with the
No,
Mets.
both of them are the same connection and any hope of you guessing, even in the neighborhood
Uh-huh.
of what Dad was thinking, you are gonna end up in another country.
So for the other one was White Sox. So the direction I went there was
Uh-huh.
the first ever hat that I owned was an Angels hat.
Oh boy.
The second hat that I owned was a White Sox hat. So I was a White Sox fan while I had the hat. This is
Uh-huh.
pre Griffey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know who played for the White Sox at that point, but that was my team. That's where I went here. I didn't know.
Uh-huh.
So I need to be filled in here because apparently I'm not even in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the way Dad explained it. He bought those almost as like little time capsules
Mm-hmm.
to be opened this year,
Mm-hmm.
to as time capsules are meant to do, to be opened every two
2 years.
years. Um, because so his thinking for the White Sox is a little easier to grasp, but he said, the White Sox last year, 2024, were historically terrible.
Okay.
Worst record ever.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was thinking maybe we'd look at the 2023 team and maybe talk together about, oh, who did they have? Where did it all go wrong? Kind of a thing.
Okay.
You know?
I,
And then and and for the Mets, along those lines, but the Mets are on the rise now,
mm-hmm.
last year and this year, and sort of like where did they come from in 2023? So teams going in opposite directions, where
Mm-hmm.
they come from, where are they going, and he was also thinking, some of these players have since moved on, and we like to, kind of keep
Mm-hmm.
track of different players. You do the immaculate grid, so maybe there's some tidbits in there to take away from that. Is there any world in which you would have gotten there ever?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No. So and speaking of like, I mean, for any of you who've watched our show at all, we do not do analysis, breakdown, like where did it all go wrong, all that kind of thing. When you were saying like where did they come from, where did they go? The only thing I was thinking of is where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from? Cotton Eye Joe.
God.
Because that's about as deep as analysis as you're gonna get.
Yeah. Yeah, song lyric connections to random baseball team players.
I mean, that's just the best connection I can give you right now. So, I mean, we can give some analysis. The White Sox, their players turned bad, and they didn't get good ones. They sold all their decent ones.
But they're on the
That's what.
rise. They're on the rise again from compared to last year.
Well, last year, yeah, for sure. But and the Mets, Cohen. That's why they're on the rise.
Yeah, spend that money.
Spend it. Juan Soto. So, um, yeah. So those are fun. The thing that I appreciate is the thought put into it.
Yeah, there was a lot of thought
You,
process there.
yeah. Even though we wouldn't have got there on like any of these things, I appreciate the thought process.
Hmm.
It's big
Yeah.
time. Big time. So that is huge. So now another fun thing that came up here while you were visiting. So a couple days ago, so again, a reminder, I was given this mug from your family. And on this mug is this QR code where there's a fun little baseball fact every day. Okay. And one of them here recently, July 1st, was I laughed. So most of them are like, like the one after that was like there was a player got for the Angels, got inducted into a college Hall of Fame, something like that. Same day he goes out and throws a no-hitter. Fun little tidbit. But this one, I laughed. And it marked the anniversary of the first college baseball game played, July 1st, 1859. And this was played between, I had to pull it back up here, make sure I get on. Played between Amherst College and Williams College in Massachusetts. Amherst College took the victory. But the fun little data thing that made me laugh is there's disagreement on what the final score was. It was either
Well, okay,
oh,
before you say the score, you read this to me, and when I'm thinking about that, when people say there's disagreement about the final score, you hear that and you're thinking, "Oh, there's disagreement about the outcome as well. Who
okay.
won? Was it 3-2? Amherst, was it 5, 6-5? Williams College?" That's what's going through your brain. And then you pulled out the scores that are debated, and I'm left wondering, why were they still counting?
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, stats in baseball are huge, but I mean, the game was very different then.
Clearly,
I'm
once you
certain
read these scores.
I have more context to give you as well. I'm looking
Okay.
at okay, so the debate is whether Amherst won the game by a score of
Get ready, folks.
73 to 32 or 66 to 32. It's unclear.
The game's great mysteries.
Now, so here's some context here about so this game was played under the Massachusetts rules. Okay. That the rules, I mean, if from 1859 to today, the rules are very different generally, but the New York rules were the rules that prevailed. So these are even a little bit different. The 73 is a bit perplexing because in like the AI thing, whatever, Wikipedia or whatever, it says 73 to 32. But winning score says the game was played to a predetermined score of 65 runs. So 66 starts to make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
How we get to 73 when you're going to 65 is it's a whole other conversation. Okay. Now, here's some fun rules. 73 to 32. Okay. Inning structure. There was only one out needed per inning. Oh
Can't
my.
brings new meaning to, are we ever going to get an out?
Not only that, you didn't even have to like get a force out, throw anybody out at first, so on and so forth. It says runners could be put out by being hit with a thrown ball.
Ooh, peg outs.
But
Brutal.
it's just like, how in the world did they score? I mean, what I don't, I mean, I'm not in the mindset uh of that era, but how did this happen?
Well, this must have been an era. There was a point, and I don't know if this was in the Massachusetts rules or what. There was a point in time in baseball when the pitcher, like pitching wasn't a thing. Like the
Yeah,
pitcher's job was to throw it exactly where the hitter requested it to be thrown.
it was, yeah, it was almost a lot like slow pitch softball.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right. You're right. So, this was definitely in that era.
But I don't know, I don't know what those rules would have been. If you miss the pitch, is that a walk? Is that an intentional, unintentional home run?
Yeah. Yeah, and there were no, I mean, to be fair too, the fielders in these days did not have gloves.
Hmm.
They caught it with their bare hand. So, if you've ever caught a baseball with your bare hands, it's been hit, then you know that's tough. It's
Yeah. They probably
so
weren't, didn't have a cup,
no manicured fields.
cleats.
Yeah, I mean, you had to figure the hops in these fields had
Oh, yeah.
it had to been like right field at Garfield Plus is what that had to be
Hmm.
like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. So anyway, that was the fun fact. I didn't expect to come across. So now, Adam, you've got more travel um coming up here.
Hmm.
Um, is any so you're going to get on an airplane. Is there baseball happening in the land where you are going?
I don't think so, though maybe, I'm thinking about so I'm headed to Hawaii. What's cool about Hawaii and baseball is it's become a pretty regular thing for a Hawaii team to make it to the Little League World Series,
Mm-hmm.
and which means that we must be in the time of those qualifying, of the Little League season and then the qualifying tournaments and all of that. So
Yeah.
if I tried hard enough, maybe to find one, but I'm also going to the smallest island of the islands.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wouldn't be surprised if there is no baseball.
Yeah. I mean, has baseball happened in prior trips before?
No,
No. Not even like wiffle ball, game of catch, nothing.
no, no.
Okay. Well, such as it is.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. But I am, when I return,
mhm.
so you and I were talking about this recently, haven't been to a game yet this year,
No,
which is, it's tough,
it's late in the
tough.
season. It's
I
late in
know.
the season for that.
This is very unusual.
Yeah.
I do have tickets for a game.
Uh-huh. You told me about
July 31. Gonna watch a college summer league team. College summer league team. I mean, the mascot. I'm excited. Never been to one of these games. This is the West Seattle Fish Sticks, and
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna see what that's all about.
Um, Dub C
Yeah.
Dub C fish sticks.
Oh, it's white. Sorry, White Center Fish Sticks. Dub C White Center.
What? What are you talking about?
Dub C is short for WC White Center Fish Sticks.
Okay, it's just the Dub C is not spelled like WC. It's spelled
No.
dub and then C, like the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't make sense. White centers, Mel. So what's white center? What's white center?
It's a suburb just south of Seattle.
White center.
Yeah.
Is there a reason they gave it that name?
Probably. Yeah.
All right. Mel. Okay, here's the description is like 97 words in one sentence. The Dub C Fish Sticks are a summer collegiate baseball team based out of White Center's Mel Olson Field at Steve Cox Memorial Field.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there you go. The team was originally founded in 2015 as the Highline Bears, rebranded as the Fish Sticks in 2021.
Yeah, because fish sticks are fun.
There you go.
And they
Yes, you
serve
go.
so the I'm going on a Thursday. Thursday is like $3 night,
Okay.
$3 sodas,
Fish,
$3 beer, $3 hot dogs, and
$3
I
fish sticks.
yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Fish sticks at a baseball game. I'm gonna have to do it.
So, I'm trying to look here at the schedule here. In this league includes the the Portland Pickles. If you want to get season tickets, you just need to request your frequent flyer tickets.
Yep.
Oh man. Um, who's coming? WP. Who's WP? WP is coming to the Friar.
I don't know.
Washington A's. Okay, well, this is amazing looking at this little situation. The Redmond Deluxes, Northwest Honkers, the Sticks versus the Blackfins, the Fish Sticks versus the Gumbaroos.
Mm-hmm.
Seal Slingers against the Merchants. The Fish Sticks versus the Dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Oh, July 31st is the last $3 Thursday of the summer. So you're in on it.
That's the one.
Yeah. And August 2nd is the what is that? Samurai. The Fish Sticks versus the Samurai.
Yep. Was that the Seattle Samurai?
Is that who they're playing when you go?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. True facts. Mm-hmm.
Seattle Studs.
This is quite so maybe the Pickles aren't in that league then. I didn't see Pickles. Seems like they should be.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to tell based on
Mm-hmm.
the all the information. If they, do they have a league or are they just playing a bunch of games?
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe it's just a bunch of games. So, but anyway, well, folks, thanks for hanging with us. We rambled. We covered a lot of different things here. Had a great time in the talking about some gifts. Cotton Eye Joe. Boy,
Mm-hmm.
we hit it all. We hit it all.
More than you all wanted.
Far more. The only thing I was thinking is like when Dad went down when he deep in the thoughts here. This is what I do when I write I write about, like, I pull out a baseball card and it'll be my inspiration for writing. And it's just, I'm pulling stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Pulling. So I might have to read one time, one of these days. But that's what it reminded me of, is just you're pulling threads and you're making connections that weaves into this beautiful tapestry that may mean nothing at the end of the day.
But it might mean something.
It could mean something. So, well, folks, thanks for hanging with us. We'll be back at it again next time. We will see you then.